Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This next story really disappoints me. Now, for those who do not know who Elizabeth Warren is, she is considered to be one of the most progressive senators in the entire country. She's probably the third most progressive person in the entire Congress in general. The only people who I'd say top her were Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna. And Ro Khanna is... I don't think I've given Ro Khanna... I don't think Ro Khanna has had enough time to shine to truly become the most progressive. But I do think within the next year, he'll definitely just top that list of the most progressive people in Congress. But anyway, Elizabeth Warren seemed to want to get off that list, as recently she did an interview with the very progressive Young Turks, particularly with Cenk Uygur, who you guys know I'm a huge Cenk Uygur fan. I love Cenk Uygur. In which Cenk Uygur asked her a very simple question. Do you support primarying corporate Democrats? Any corporate Democrats? And Elizabeth Warren did not say, yes, there are some who are too right-wing and need to be taken care of. She instead gave a typical establishment answer of, oh, well, you see, we're not Trump. And, you see, I disagree with them sometimes. There are so many issues I agree with them on. And, you know, we're like totally not Trump, and that's a good thing. That's what I consider her answer to be, just going at Cenk. It's the same establishment dribble they've been feeding us since the very beginning of the Trump campaign. Remember, that was Hillary's entire campaign. So little Hillary ads talked about her policy or her qualifications. They just said, oh, well, I'm not Donald Trump. And Hillary Clinton lost because of that. Meanwhile, someone like Bernie Sanders, who actively talked about his policy and would have actually, had campaign ads that were like, yeah, I was protesting with Martin Luther King. I supported gay marriage in the 1970s. He's the most popular politician in the country. And Elizabeth Warren didn't say, yeah, we need to primary people like Joe Manchin or Lacey Clay or any of the people we've talked about, because we've talked about multiple blue dogs on this show, not even the famous ones, like Nancy Pelosi or Tom Perez, is that his name, or Cory Booker. No, even someone like Joe Manchin. Oh, you think anyone likes Joe Manchin? Elizabeth Warren was like, no, I don't think we should primary them, no. I'm sorry, Elizabeth Warren, you used to be very progressive. You used to be one of the most progressive senators, but as of recently, you just seem to have lost it, honestly. Between backing Hillary over Bernie, and then another thing, when she was confronted on why she did that on this very interview, she didn't have a straight answer. It was the same establishment dribble that, again, they've been feeding us since the Hillary campaign started. And, oh God. And now she's like, I don't want to primary any corporate Democrat. That's not Elizabeth Warren. That's Mark Zuckerberg. I don't want to primary any corporate Democrat. Okay, that's not someone who's as old as Elizabeth Warren. That's a teenage girl. But basically, she's saying, oh, I don't want to primary any corporate Democrat because, we're not Trump. And it just... So yeah, Elizabeth Warren, I don't think you're progressive anymore. I genuinely think you've lost it. I think you're going to, at best, fall into the same boat as Nancy Pelosi, where you're just like, oh, I used to be progressive. Remember Nancy Pelosi just the other day was saying, I was holding up signs for single payer while all of you were babies. Meanwhile, she wasn't supporting Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All bill, which was single payer. By the way, I need to find out how California was doing on their single payer bill. But to make it short, no, I don't believe Elizabeth Warren is a progressive anymore. I bet she's going to turn into Nancy Pelosi where she's like, I used to be progressive, therefore I'm always progressive. And I think Kyle, when I was watching this, was holding on way too much false hope for Elizabeth Warren. She was like, oh, guys, don't misunderstand. Look at all the good Elizabeth Warren did. Yeah, look at all the good Nancy Pelosi did, and now she's a shill. Look at all the good Hillary Clinton. Okay, I can't say that. I'm sure Joe Manchin did something good at some point. But basically, I think Kyle's holding up too much hope for Elizabeth Warren in this segment. And I feel Elizabeth Warren is overall just now a shill. I'm sorry. I wish that wasn't the case, but it sadly is now. I'm Ephrom, and good night.